Welcome back to the last set of Masters Arabia. From this game, we will be able to see whether Tim will be going into the finals to play Viper, or if Jordan's going to be able to take it back, and from there, push out another game out of Tim, take that game, and go to the finals himself. So either way, we're going to see a Tyrant v Tyrant final, or we're going to see an RVK versus Tyrant final, which is good, and both players have a pretty unique style in this, so whoever comes down to it, honestly, Tim's been playing really well throughout this entire tournament. Jordan's been playing pretty kick-ass as well. So honestly, to me, at the moment, they both really deserve that last spot. So it's going to come down to the moment who's playing better on this day, who reads the map better, who gets a better map in general as well. So while I'm talking about the map, actually, there's something to note. I'm here by myself, just because I want to give you guys the options, because the finals is coming up very, very soon. So, the thing I wanted to ask the most, do you want it dual casted with Sammy, because that's definitely an option, or do you want to see it done by myself? Both are an option. You guys are the ones watching it, so I'll leave it up to you. Remember to post in the comments what you think. Probably be the easiest way. Definitely post in the comments, and I will definitely take note from that, and unless if one has a really clear advantage, I'll do that without a doubt. So I'll leave that into your guys' hands. So let's have a quick look at the map, because as we know with Age of Empires, it is completely random, and that means as well, games can come down a lot to the maps. So for Jordan, we have this gold mine here in the front, and I should probably state as well, just we have Jordan in red, Tim in blue, and it's game 2, like we've seen throughout the entire series, and misluring his boar there, actually, something interesting. Game 2, of course, is the Aztec War, which if you did watch all the Master Arabia's games, you would know that, just straight off the top of your head. So, gold to the front, not too bad. It's not directly in the path of Tim's, if Tim decides to attack out though, so that's good. Stone as well, and another gold over here. Gold to the back here as well. Doesn't have a great wood source in the back. He could have possibly gone for this one, but there's not a lot of wood available there. And Tim trying to actually harass that villager a bit there, just trying to stall that boar. Didn't get it. I've seen some pretty dick moves where I have seen people actually kill off the person's lurer with their scout. Definitely happened before, because it has turned around to give it a bit of a stab, and then it was killed off by joint force of the Eagle Warrior and the boar. Still, Berry is not in the worst location in the world. Not too bad if he wants to wall off, honestly, because he could put a wall here. This section over here, quite large, but again, could use this gold mine here to wall off a bit, and it looks like we've got a bit of an Eagle Warrior fight down here. Looks like Jordan might just take it. Yes, surviving there with 2 HP. And still, there's this big area in the front that he's not going to be able to wall off. And I'm going to slow this down because I'm sensing a drush from both players, just because they are both playing as Aztecs. So let's have a quick look at Tim's area. Now, Tim, as we know, he likes to wall. This location is perfect for it. Look at this map. He may be in a bit of a crater, but the way he could wall this off if he chooses to, and it looks like he's going to, putting this house out here, it's going to be so easy. This is going to be a hard game for Jordan. Wall straight across here. This one here is nearly already done. Looks like he's going to be finishing that piece up there. That bit there. Use this bit of this hill here, and done. It's not looking good for Jordan right now, actually, because if Tim manages to wall in, like I've said, Jordan's area isn't too bad, but he does have this big area around the front here, and he does have this big area here as well. And Tim as well, if he walls in, he's going to have his gold. That's not going to be touchable. He's got his lumber camp where, unless he gets a tower up over in this section here, he's going to be fine. He's got his stone to the back here. Yeah, I would say Tim's going to take this without too much trouble if he walls in and Jordan can't breach it. Jordan's going to have to get some harassment. He's either going to have to go forward with the siege workshop really early on, or I don't know what else he could do. He's either going to have to get the harassment on as quick as possible, and walling off there, even better, means now Jordan's not even going to be able to get that tower up here. And I heard some attacking, just attacking the wolf. So, oh, this is interesting. Did Jordan not go? Jordan did not go for the militia. That is something you don't see a lot of. Unless, no, that's still the Eagle Warrior. He is definitely not going for the militia here. This is something we don't generally see. And very quick wall off here by Jordan, actually. He might be able to get away with this. he's actually done quite well there. And let's see, which way is he going? He's going to be going for archers, of course. We don't usually see a man-at-arms rush, of course, unless you're Carlos, and that's a completely viable tactic because he does so much damage with those man-at-arms. It is ridiculous. Don't think we're going to be seeing a fast castle because we are seeing the 2 archery ranges come up, which means we should see a fair bit into the feudal warfare. We are actually seeing Jordan's villager here going forward, and let's just have a look at his scouting quickly. And he knows Tim's walled off, but I don't know if he knows he's walled off this section here. What are you planning to do? And looks like he was planning to get in here and put a tower up, but not going to happen now. That's one more idle villager there for Jordan. And Tim's doing so well here. He's actually doing great. I don't know whether it's the fact that Jordan's managed to wall off here. Tim's not managed to get any harassment in, that's true. And he's into the feudal age at 13-14 minutes. That's not great, but still. And watchtower coming up here. Interesting choice of location right next to that barracks. Not going to be able to get too much harassment. Maybe if he gets all his archer upgrades. And defensive tower already on the bat for Tim. That's so quick right there. And Tim just playing a remarkable game so far. Militia over here are going to manage to do a little bit of damage to these archers. Don't think we're going to see the man-at-arms upgrade just because of the fact it's so late into the game right now and we haven't seen it already. Skirmisher archer combination there from Jordan. That's definitely an expected thing to see with the Meso Civs. And Tim just being forced back here, not a lot he can do, and Jordan still managed to get no harassment in. Tim is a bit behind, but of course Jordan had been in the feudal age a bit longer, and looks like he's going to come around here and try and get some damage in. And he's using that hill bonus, of course, and that's going to make a big difference, but I still think he's going to be just kited along like this, maybe even stutter stepped if Jordan's feeling up to it, and just kiting, and might lose his archer here actually. And killing off an archer, that's pretty good. He's got to remember, militia do have that 1 pierce armor starting off with, which is really interesting to see. And here we go again. Just Jordan is not able to breach into the walls of Tim, which is really interesting in itself, in my opinion. Just because of the fact that it's really hard to get... If you've dedicated yourself into the feudal game and you can't get any harassment, your opponent is just going to skyrocket up because they have nothing to fear whatsoever. Tim is going into the feudal age, though... Into the feudal age warfare though, by the looks of it. He is starting to get quite a few archers out actually, and he's starting to get quite a high food count, which is a good thing about building so many archers. They only cost golden food, so if you have enough golden wood, sorry, I don't know why I said food, but because of that, the fact is you can keep that food building up. Of course you will be building villages all the time, but you can keep that food bank really high. As soon as you get enough gold there, you can advance up. It's a really good just thing to have. It's why they don't go... It's why there's a more pure archer mix than there is a pure skirmisher mix. Or a mix. It's just generally better to go the archers if you want to get up into the castle age a little bit faster. Tim's still quite a bit behind. He is actually moving out across the map right now. And like I've said, Tim is walled in. He's not going to be able to have any trouble from this. But Jordan isn't. So if he's up here attacking Tim at his base, and Tim decides to move out, Jordan's going to be in a lot of trouble. It looks like Jordan will find this force on the way over there. It looks like he could stay with the hill advantage as well and force Tim back here. Upgrade-wise, we're definitely in the favour of Jordan here. And Jordan's going to kill off a few of these, but it looks like those skirmishers are going to be able to soak up a few of those arrows, and that one they're taking quite a few actually. So that's extremely good play there from Jordan, managing to mix a few skirmishers in. Blacksmith already out for Jordan. Like I've said, he does have that +1 upgrade on the archers. No army yet. Tim only just starting to get fletching now, 70% done. Still seeing no castle age from either player. And of course we are in the Aztec War, so could see any number of things. Castle Age isn't really that important at this stage because it's not like they're going to be getting knights out, not like they're going to be getting cavalry archers out. Crossbows though, elite skirmishers, pretty important upgrades to be getting for this matchup, but the big thing we'll see probably is if someone goes to castle, they'll then try and hightail it straight into Imperial before their opponent, and just send that posse of Eagle Warriors down to a deal with their opponent, which at that stage, if you get attacked with a amount of Eagle Warriors at that level when you're not ready, it's good game, as we saw with Mr. Yo and Viper. Soon as those Eagle Warriors started streaming in for Viper, Mr. Yo just resigned straight out. He knew exactly what was coming, he did the odds, he knew the odds, he knew who was going to be down. Jordan right now up by 350 points, which is a pretty good effort at this stage. Tim walling up like a champ though with these houses, not even stone walling yet, so he's managed to save a lot of that stone. Let's have a look what we've actually got. Yeah, so he's only on 42, of course. He could have used, there's the stone wall going up there. A lot of it, of course, was used on that watchtower. He is already onto the stone mine. Whether or not he wants to get up a early castle, which with Aztecs isn't really that big a deal. Usually with civs like the mines, they usually need to get one up just as quick as possible, just because they all rely on the plumed archer. Aztecs not so much, unless you want to deal with those eagle warriors so you can get some jags out. But still, the most likely thing I'm going to see out of it is probably a 3-town center boom. We are seeing this tower coming up here for Jordan though, which is really good placement actually. Going to be able to harass this wood source here, but as we can tell, Tim's already moved away from it. He's got another lumber camp up over here. He could potentially, yep, one's going up down over here as well. So that watchtower is going to be pretty much useless at this stage. We are seeing Tim move out across the map, and he is going up to Castle Age now. He's about what is that, about a fifth of the way there. Jordan not still save, looks like he's definitely saving up. He's going to need about 332 or more food, just off the top of my head, of course. But the wall off isn't too bad for Jordan either. However, looks like he might have actually walled this side of the map here off. Missing this section here though. Looks like he's actually going for it now though. Are we going to see, what are you going to do, villager? Are you going to wall off here, or are you going to wall off across here? Across here, it seems, is going to be the way. So a good wall off there from Jordan actually. He's got a lot of space. He's going to be able to move to this gold mine here. And of course, he's going to be able to move to this lumber over here if it goes into a really late game. Tim currently moving around the back actually. Going to be able to get in here, kill off some of these guys. This tower is going to be great for defense right now, especially because it's on this gold and stone mine. We do see quite a few stone miners out for Jordan right now. Whether or not he wants to do a massive boom, or he wants to put a castle down like right there or over here just to kill off all this buildings, screw Tim up, get through that wall all in one push. It's interesting. The stone wall is coming up for Tim though, so we did expect to see this. And walling off this side as well, that is a smart move from Tim. It means that Jordan's archers aren't going to be able to come in here, and they aren't going to be able to kill off these guys on this side. Anyway, I'm going to go speed it up again, just because there's not a lot going on at the moment. Until Castle Age, well, comes to either play, we're not going to see a lot. And speaking of that, Tim should be there just about now. There we go. And archers over here. It looks like Jordan is going to be able to get a surround on these archers to know where they are. And here we go. Is he going to get these upgrades on them nice and early? We have the plus armor for Tim already, and Jordan is not sporting that armor. There we go. So he's finally got it. And the plus 2 attack upgrade done there for Tim, which also gives him the plus 2 range. Tim, you so evil from Jordan right there. And crossbow plus 2 attack, plus 2 range. Not the plus 2 arm yet. We are seeing a mangonel out though, and this could be huge. Oh, if he gets one, oh, that is not good there. Look at the HP on all these guys. That is not helpful at all right there. Another tower up for Jordan. So Jordan is towering Tim in. Probably a good way to look at it actually. Seems Tim's walled himself in. He can keep him just hold in there nice and well. Over here, it looks like they're potentially going to lose a few villagers, being forced off his gold mine, even though there's a tower here, which is a really ballsy move from Tim. Lots of archers still out. Jordan's still up by about 200 points, which is interesting. Are we going to see another town center? Yes, there is a second town center up for Jordan. Are we seeing a third? We are not. Tim. There's a second, and doesn't. Third. So there we go. So both players were mining that stone to get those extra town centers out. So it looks like it is going to turn into a long boomed game, which is not what in tournaments, you know, when it comes down to this, either player could be winning or losing on this. So it comes down to it. You don't want to do something absolutely drastic just because, well, you don't want to lose just because you did something stupid. Play your best game, and for most players that is booming out and then relying on their micro skills and their macro. And it looks like we've got a fourth town center actually. No, that's only still the third one from Jordan. And is it going to be up a little bit later? I have no idea. Yep. Looks like Jordan's came up there just in time to beat Tim's. However, Tim as well, still behind in the score, which is not bad. We are seeing a mangonel out for Jordan though. We are seeing that forward siege workshop, which I said would probably be the best play for Jordan. However, probably getting a battering ram would have been the best way to go, or even put that castle down. Of course, castles are absolutely just destruction. We do see them a lot in arena play, especially to get through that initial wall. It's absolutely a great way to look at it. Of course, Tim does have those mangonels out, so he is going to be able to deal with these archers without too much trouble. However, could potentially lose a few villagers here. We are seeing an outpost up for Jordan. That's very smart play. Getting a good area view here. It means as well, if we see that mangonel out, he is going to be able to move his archers back before anything happens, which again draws me to a really important point. You've got to watch the mini-map. Take this every player out there. When you're trying to get better, just get better at watching the mini-map. Whenever you're not doing anything, watch that mini-map. And here we go, big army from Tim actually, lots of skirmishes mixed in there. We do already see the +2 armor on all of Tim's units over here. For Jordan, we do not have that upgrade now, and that is also important now, just because of the fact that both players have gone a completely archer mix, which is all based off pierce armor. Does not look like we have seen ballistics there for Tim yet. And what's that over there? We have another watchtower coming up and being killed off by this mangonel. Tim going to be able to move out across the map now, actually. Eagle Warrior there for Tim, whether or not he's going to completely giant Eagle Warrior build, or the fact is, and that's my phone. Who likes Transformers? If you could even hear that, I don't think you'd be able to, actually. But yeah, my ringtone's the Transformers, like, zip 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 thing. So, there we go. Thought I'd clear that up. And Tim, what are you doing? You're building a house. Are you moving forward with these villages, or are you going to this gold mine? I do not know. Castle, so he wants to take this gold and this stone here. Putting a castle up there, a very good situation to be in. It means as well, if Jordan advances right now, he's going to be able to get some Jaguar Warriors out and do some damage. And what are we seeing from Jordan? We do have a barracks there, and that's filled with Eagle Warriors. Jordan is on his way up to the Imperial Age, guys. We do see a mangonel out for Jordan right now, getting that production up in that siege workshop, on his way to Imperial. Tim is not, from what I remember. No, he's not. He definitely has the resources to go up. He's just choosing to boom. And there we go. So going up to Imperial. Now, this is where it's going to get very interesting. We have Tim on 120 population. We have Jordan on 103. So Tim's economy is probably slightly better. I think he's slightly out-armied his opponent too. So Jordan, what researches are we getting? What do we have on these guys? We already have the +1 armor, which is really important. Would expect to see that +2 really soon. And this is what it's going to come down to. Tim's walls are definitely going to give him a good chance here, just because of the fact they can usually run in with Eagle Warriors, kill your entire economy, and that's it. But the fact is, Tim's walled in quite well, and until this wall's taken down, Jordan's not going to be able to do that. Tim, however, when he gets up, let's have a look. Has he got a few more barracks out, or what are we seeing? I can see some villagers moving forward there. What are we seeing? Just stone. No more barracks yet. So it doesn't look too ridiculous. This mangonel here going to actually be able to kill a fair chunk of this army if Tim isn't careful. And that was actually beautiful there from Jordan. Attack ground by the looks of it. And ooh, this is really going to hurt Tim right now. That score absolutely just smashing down there. Still only the 1 armor upgrade on these guys for Jordan, which is interesting. You usually see the second one at least by now, because it's about halfway to Imperial. These guys will be taken out by these Eagle Warriors without too much trouble. Even though they don't have all that armor upgrade on them, they are just outmassing. And of course, they do have 3 armor, which is absolutely great. When you consider a skirmish, they only got 3 +2 attack at this stage. Pretty decent. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Jordan will not be able to just completely overrun Tim with Eagle Warriors, just due to the fact he's walled in. When Tim goes up, if he can get a bigger mass of Eagle Warriors, he's going to be able to outmass Jordan just by running in here, killing his economy, and that's a good game at that stage there. So I'm going to speed this up right now, just because we want to see the difference here. I'm going to try and keep one of these Eagle Warriors selected, just so we can see the upgrades on them. So we've got the 2-2 on there, and great micro there by Jordan, actually managing to get that. Could be slightly due to the kill bonus, but who knows. We are seeing battering rams out for Jordan, which is exactly what I suggested we should see. So he's going to need to crack down this wall as soon as possible. Best way to get in at this stage, probably over here, honestly, just because there's a stone wall here, and stone walls do take quite a bit to kill off. And these Eagle Warriors, where are you guys? Can't even see who's on the map. Over here, yes, there we go. So 4+4 armor on them now. They are elite Eagle Warriors. They have no attack upgrades, but that's not exactly what you need. And there we go. This is exactly what I said. Jaguar Warriors counter Eagle Warriors so well. They just get such a good attack bonus from them. They have 2 armor starting off with 2 melee armor, +2 if you've got that upgrade. And if we look here, there was only 5 Jaguar Warriors that actually went into this fight. There is still 5 Jaguar Warriors standing. That is ridiculous. Managed to take out that entire group of Eagle Warriors there with no trouble whatsoever. We are seeing 4 extra barracks being created by Tim. That puts him on a total of 5. We do see 2 castles up for Tim already, both producing Jaguar Warriors to counter that inevitable Eagle Warrior posse smash. However, we do see a lot of extra houses out for Tim. He is not pushing in through here, which is interesting. Maybe if Jordan pushed in through here, got these Eagle Warriors in and got these Rams in, he'd be able to do a little bit more damage, but that delay there's definitely going to cost him. Ram gonna get killed off quite quickly by the Jaguar Warriors, and I would say Jordan's in a lot of trouble right now. He may have the score lead, but it's not by a lot. Tim walling himself in there very well, doing the smart thing. I know people hate walling, but if you're getting pushed in on like this is definitely the smart thing to do. Wall spam until your units get here, which is why it's always good to have a Mangadel behind. And 2+3 armor on them now, because they are elite Jaguar Warriors, which is absolutely great. And they do have the last armor upgrade on them, giving them 4 pierce armor and 5 normal damage, which is absolutely great when Eagle Warriors are only attacking with 10. And we're seeing a monk move forward here. I think this monk's going to get shot to death by this castle. No, he's just chilling out. He's going to wave his skirt at someone later, I'm sure. And should be able to deal with this one here. And it looks like Tim could be in trouble here. And are we going to see this last bit of wall get taken down? 293 hit points on it. And another layer of wall coming in from Tim. He is safe for another day. And Monk got clubbed to death there, so that's never going to help. Arbalest from Jordan, which is an interesting choice, because we don't usually see them in late game actually between Aztecs. But the fact is still that Tim is going Jaguar Warriors instead of Eagle Warriors, which is something we don't usually see. So Arbalest, definitely a legitimate option to go with. Even though they only have the first armor upgrade on them, they have the range and attack upgrade, which is good. They do not have chemistry, and I wouldn't expect them to have ballistics actually, unless he got it in the Castle Age stage. That's fair enough. Still though, Tim expanding out right over the map. He has a lot of barracks out and he's doing absolutely nothing with them. Jordan getting quite a big army here, and he has actually starting to max in some man-at-arms, which is interesting. It means he's getting ready to counter that inevitable Eagle Warrior just smash. And of course we do know champions are quite good against them. However, when you're coming up against Jaguar Warriors, an all-infantry force, not the best option. You can see these Jaguar Warriors actually did a lot of damage for the amount they were actually ganged up on here. And you can see they just kill off man-at-arms so well. So Tim actually going for something we really don't see here. It's a full Jaguar Warrior force. We never see this. I'm surprised he hasn't got more attack upgrades on these guys either, especially considering the elite tech for the Aztecs actually gives all their infantry +4 attack. So this elite Jaguar Warrior could actually be seeing on 20 damage plus extra for those bonus that it gets against these infantry. But look at this, Jaguar Warrior is absolutely cleaning this army over here up. And let's just speed this up because it looks like he's going to lose this one, mainly due to the fact there's Arbalest in play. And is that another castle? Yep, so it looks like Tim is going to be going for a large Jaguar Warrior, Eagle Warrior mix here, focusing more on the Eagle Warriors, but it looks like I think his plan here is going to be Jaguar Warriors are going to go in, kill as much of the infantry as possible, while it's coming on the infantry of Tim, so we're talking about the field infantry. These elite Eagle Warriors here will just run in and try and do as much damage as possible. Tim is trying to kill off this castle here, because if this castle comes up on the high ground here, it is going to be extremely hard for Jordan to be able to do it. And good game there from Jordan. That is it. Tim is our second finalist. So, Tim versus the Viper. Sorry there for that epic amount of stalling, but I thought that pause there was necessary to give this over. Both have had a very long history in this game. Very long between them both. There's a bit of bad blood between them. So the game actually will be played at Thursday 14 GMT. So that's the standard time that AOC is really based around at the moment. Of course, if you don't know it, you can always Google it. I believe there is actually a clock on AOC zone for it, so you can check this. That's Thursday, 14 GMT. It will be streamed by Fiage live, which is awesome. I believe he does have Whack accompanying him, which should be good. I'll probably upload the games later, doing my commentary, which is cool, just because I've followed this series for most of it. I know you guys probably want to see it. So remember to catch Fiage live. I'll probably be there, even though I think it's exactly midnight for me. I will be there. I'll be watching, because I want to know who takes this. It will be a best of 5 this time. Tim, Viper, very good players, both of them. So let the grassing begin between those two. And remember to tell me if you want to see them dual-commed or single-commed when I'm done, because that'll be how the last final are put up. So thanks for watching. Remember to catch that stream live, and I'll see you guys in the next